What's up, y'all? Before we get into the video, I just want to apologize to you guys because the audio of this video it got completely messed up. I don't know what happened to it. It was just like I don't know. It was one of those things that you didn't know it was bad until the video ended. So it's still bearable and you can still hear me and everything. It's just yeah. Hope y'all enjoy the real value in this one. All right, so today I want to show y'all how I was able to take this trade, not this exactly, I'll explain that later, and make $716 on my funded account. Now I know this is paper trading, but I want to show that I actually do have real executions within this. I wanted to show that I wasn't on no craziness because when I switched back to my Express, for whatever reason, it's not showing the execution, but I do have the daily P&L, so I'll just show you guys that. For proof of profit. But essentially, just a quick rundown of what happened. This is where I was supposed to get in at, but the problem was that I had a what you call it. There was something going on with TradingView. If you were trading with Tradevate this morning, the morning of the 25th of March, then you probably know what I'm talking about. For whatever reason, it wasn't letting anyone sign into TradingView who had a Tradevate account. It said it was a problem with SIM funding, so I don't know if Live funding had the same. Like it said it was a problem with SIM funding. Yeah, it was sucky because I was seeing this trade start to print out, but I wasn't able to start getting in on anything simply because I knew that I couldn't log in. And I wasn't trying to get in super FOMO and like start trying to spam like market orders or go through Tradevate. But my brother, he kind of encouraged me. He was like, might as well just go on Tradevate and watch the market and, see if you can get in on anything that isn't as precise. So essentially, this was the initial trade. But enough of that yapping. Let's get straight into the trade recap. Straight into the trade recap. All right, so first off, this is what I want to show you. You can see right here, total P&L for the day. As you can see, we have the live numbers and everything. Everything's real, everything's live. The total P&L is 716, and this is an Express account. So as you can see, I'm not lying. I did take another trade. It wasn't the trade I showed you. I did take another trade to my target, and that's the trade that I'm about to go over right now. So let's get into how it all started at first. All right, so coming into the day, I'm saying I was looking at markets 9 a.m. right? This is showing 8, but I come to the markets at 9. But I don't want to click that yet because I want to show you guys that we are essentially bullish. We're bullish since yesterday. We've been bullish for a very long time, and we've had no really sign of stopping. We had a little consolidation here, but we didn't actually come and sweep any target. This target that was swept yesterday, it was swept with no reaction, right? And so just honestly, I just had figured that we were going to come all the way up until this point. The reason why I have this line marked out is because when you go into the weekly, you can see that we have a weekly fair value gap, right? Weekly fair value gap that's filled, and it's also in tandem with that high that I showed you on the 1 hour. You can also see it in the 4 hour, right? So I don't know if you guys do this too, but I like to always place my stop or my take profit just a bit underneath the liquidity points I like to target, because as you can see, this liquidity point didn't get targeted, right? It didn't get swept. When you aim a little bit lower, you have a higher chance of getting a TP. That's just my personal experience. So boom, I see that we have potential. Oh my god, sorry, whatever. So I see that we have more room to go up because, like I said, I'm thinking that we're gonna push up to this, and we're so close, but we need some sort of drive to go up to the target. So I see us retracing, and I pull out my fib, and I start to mark out these fair value gaps. We have a 1 hour fair value gap here, Fading. Or G. And let's from 1 hour FUG here, and then this 0.5 is the equilibrium, right? So I can pull that out. Phew. Sorry about that. But so I'm expecting that we're going to have some sort of reaction once I tap into this fair value gap, because it's in the discount of this entire range. And as you may know, it's just internal to external liquidity. That's just how the market moves, right? So we scale down to the 15-minute, and then I can show you exactly how the market is looking at 9 o'clock. So at 9, we open higher, which is honestly a good sign, because, you know, open high, low close. But I wasn't thinking that at the time. I was thinking, oh my gosh, we're gonna miss the whole move. We're probably just gonna boom up. But I wait till 9:30 because I want to see, okay, what's the 9:30 showing? Because, you know, everyone knows the 9:30 shows its hand. It'll really show where it wants to go. So 9:30 opens up. We tap the equilibrium, and it looks like we're about to create an SMT. Let's just click through. Boom. So 9:30 opens up. I'm still waiting for us to tap into our 1 hour fair value gap. And then we do tap into a 1 hour fair value gap. So that's when I scale down to the 1 minute. Same exact strategy, right? After I scale down to the 1 minute, I put my change state and delivery right here. Why do I put it right there? We didn't have an SMT, but because I had so much faith that we were going to be pushing up to the upside in the first place, I decided to try and take the position without the SMT. But my caveat to that was I had to wait until price came all the way back to my inverse fair value gap. And instead of tapping the straight up inverse fair value gap, I decided to aim for this little baby fair value gap that was placed right before the IFUG, right? That's where I had my limit placed, right there at the bottom of that fair value gap, and at the top is IFUG. But I wasn't, of course, going to be getting in on any of these positions until we had closed above the leg down that tapped into the 1 hour fair value gap, which created the CISP. So I'm not, you know, talking your head off in circles, right? Let's just click through, see what happens. As I told you before, I also have my stops at the low of these. That's obvious though. As I told you before, there was an issue going on with TradingView, so I couldn't actually get in on this position. But I was watching it because I knew that if this actually had a proper reaction, we would probably get another move somewhere that I can use as a continuation leg. So I waited, and I honestly thought I was going to lose the trade, even though I wasn't necessarily in it. I was in it on my practice. I still, you know, I take pride in my setup. So I'm like, I want my setup to work, whether I'm in it or not. So I watched price, and then I noticed something that gives me a lot of hope. What time is this? It's 10:04. Let's go to the 15-minute just so I can show this. The 10 o'clock candle. We go on to S&P. What happens at 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock, we sweep. We sweep this low, right? But we don't sweep the same low on NQ. So although this isn't a big SMT, this was a huge SMT for me. I was like, you know what? This is good enough because I already think that we're going to be bullish in the first place. So that's what I do. I scale down to the 1 minute once more. And once I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, bet. I can now use this as another change of state delivery. Sorry, this is starting to get confusing. I also am a little bit sleepy. I didn't get much sleep last night, but I want to get this video out because why not? We're waiting. Okay, and then boom. we get the CISD. Once we get this CISD, that's still not where I actually enter at. Why? Because I'm still having problems with TradingView. So this is not my entry, but just bear with me. You guys are gonna see the entry that I took. I'm waiting, and if I got in down here, I would have had my entry be on this line. And my stops would have been down here. And I would have aimed for probably something slight, like, you know what I'm saying? I would have aimed for this. Not the best risk reward, but money is money, because I just am so confident that we're gonna come to that high. Remember, I know we have no other targets. The draw is there. The draw is there. Once we know the draw, it's so hard to essentially lose, because all you have to do is wait for the right compass, wait for the right PD arrays to get tapped before you enter. So we're waiting. I'm just waiting for another inversion fair value gap to get created, or I'm waiting for just another fair value gap to get respected. One of the two. It's just something to give me more confidence so I can get in on this. But I'm not gonna lie, I start getting a little bit nervous here, because I'm like, dang, I really missed a whole move for no reason. Until I get the trophy center, right? We create an inverse fair value gap right there. We create an inverse fair value gap right here. I'll annotate it. All right, once we create the inverse fair value gap, I'm hoping that it gets respected, but then we get, you know what I'm saying, it gets blown through. But once it gets blown through, we come back up with a fierce, which kind of leads me to believe that this is maybe manipulation or what. I don't know, but I still believe that the inversion fair value gap held, so that holds my bias even stronger. Sorry. It holds my bias even stronger for a potential buy thing. So now I'm just waiting for any and all, just any fair value gap. I'm thinking I'm gonna just enter, because I'm like, there's just so many bullish confluences. There's no reason why I shouldn't enter, and this is where my entry really comes. So I draw out my fib, because I see that we're losing momentum, so it's gonna have to pull back, and I see that we have an IFEG still here, and this tiny ass fair value gap. So I put all my bets on, and I'm just like, I'm going to want to take this trade to the top. Put my stops there. Put my take profit here. With the 2 risk reward, everything feels good. Only risking 19 points. I put on a con. Let's change this to 10 so I can simulate this. And I wait for it to retrace. Okay. I bought at the top. Got my stops down here. 360. Take profit over here. About 850. I did take a $90 loss earlier, but that was because I accidentally entered a position, which would probably explain why my P&L and his P&L are a little different. I digress. So then price goes way deep into drawdown, and I start kind of being a little upset with myself, because I'm like, maybe I should have waited. But then I remember that I should just stay confident in my model. So I don't hesitate out of it. I stand strong. And then all of a sudden, you start pushing up heavy. Before I know it, the objective is taken. And that was it. That was the trade. Now, I know this trade recap might be a little bit more, how should I say, hard to understand, but I really just did the same exact thing that I come and do every single time I try to trade. I wait for the 15-minute to print some sort of SMT or tap into a high sign for a fair value gap. Once we tap, I scale down to the 1 minute, and then I look for my change state of delivery. Do change state of deliveries. Once I have my change state delivery, I just look and see if we have any inversion fair value gaps, inversion fair value gap, or FEG, preferably both. When we have both of them, you already know that means money. Then after I have those, Then after I have these respected, I just aim for whatever our target is, whatever our high is. Most times I'm just aiming for the 15-minute leg. But the reason why I aimed higher is, like I told you so many times before, I had confidence that we were going to fill this weekly fair value gap completely. And I was thinking that we were even going to go for the high, but we ended up having a fall off as soon as we took that high. But I mean, there really is nothing else to it. I'm really sorry that I'm so tired from this video, and I'm doing a lot of stuttering. Probably clicking straight, but that is how I made 716. 716 on the day. It was a good day. It was interesting. I was testing my model a lot. I had to trust in a lot of this and in a lot of this. But eventually, you know, as long as you know how to trade, you're always going to come out. Always. And I took the W, and there's nothing else to it. We can see how price falls off after we take that objective. Kind of dealing down. So yeah, that's my trade. I hope you guys learned something. I hope this video is valuable to you. Like I said, the model I trade is Justin's Forever model. 2% model. He really is going to make rich. And honestly, there's so many other traders that trade the exact same thing. It's not just Justin's. But that's just who I learned from. Dude, it's great. It's a great thing. If I wasn't so tired, I would be so much more. But yeah, guys, stay blessed, stay easy. Peace.